Ozzy Osborne, the Prince of Darkness, the Madman, the guy who somehow defined chaos and became the soundtrack of my life. This is not a story about Ozzy. This is a story about me and Ozzy. High school. I was just a kid. My friends were listening to whatever was on MTV at the time, pop or rock or something. But then, that night, 1998, my first concert without my parents. The air was thick with smoke, leather jackets, ripped jeans. This was something new for me. I'd never been to a concert like this before. Up until now, I'd just gone with my parents to country concerts or classic rock at the time. A whole new world. I get there, the lights go out, up on stage, Ozzy. The lights hit, the guitars scream. And suddenly, I wasn't just a kid anymore. I was part of something. Something louder, darker, and way more real than I had ever experienced before. That night didn't just give me a concert. It gave me rock, metal. It gave me rebellion. It gave me permission to be real. From then on, every mixtape I burned, every crappy speaker in my shitbox car that I had, it was all Ozzy, Sabbath, Blizzard of Oz, Bark at the Moon. It was me. And then came the Osbournes, America's strangest family, and somehow the most relatable. Ozzy stumbling through the kitchen, Sharon shouting across the house, and Jack and Kelly just being them. It was messy. It was loud. It was insane. It was perfect. It was like pulling back the curtain of your rock god and realizing he's just a dad wearing sweatpants walking around the house. Fast forward. Maine. Vacation. The ocean crashing against the rocks, air sharp with salt and pine. Then I heard it. Ozzy was giving his farewell concert. Nowhere near me, off in England, and I couldn't see it. I tried everything I could to try to find enough internet or pay-per-view to be able to see it, but I missed it. For weeks after that, I combed over every clip I could find of it, watching it over and over, rewinding it, replaying it, watching everybody's performances and tributes to Ozzy, and then finally Ozzy's performance. I watched everything, listened to every word. He sang "Mama, I'm Coming Home." I ain't gonna lie, half of America cried, and I was one of them. I got choked up, man. It was him saying goodbye, and everyone knew it. Everyone could feel it. They could see it. But the man stood strong, and he sang his song. And he sang it for us. I watched clips online for days, rewinding, replaying, and letting every note crawl through me, under my skin, like it was 1998, all over again. And then the news came. Ozzy Osbourne has passed away. And then silence. The kind of silence that feels heavier than sound. Because it wasn't just about losing an icon. It was about losing the soundtrack of my own story. So I did the only thing that made sense to me. I went on a pilgrimage. Not to a church, not to a grave, but to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Because if Ozzy was the chaos of my youth, then the hall was the cathedral of my adulthood. I stood in front of his jacket, his records, his legacy behind glass. And I realized something. Ozzy's music wasn't just noise. It wasn't just rebellion. It was time. Time marked in riffs and choruses. Time stitched into the fabric of my life. High school nights, road trips, breakups, new beginnings. All scored by Ozzy. Ozzy's passing hit, it shook me deeply. We don't get to choose our own soundtracks. They choose us. And mine was Ozzy Osborne. I've been reading a book lately, The Great Gatsby. And Fitzgerald wrote in that book, you can't repeat the past. But music lets us cheat. Every riff, every chorus, every scream, it lets us step back for a second. Ozzy may be gone, but his voice, his madness, his heart, they'll always echo. In the stadiums, in the speakers, and in me. Goodbye, Ozzy, and thank you for the music.